Hi there, and welcome to Gaining Vision. I'm Melanie. Have you had an opportunity to subscribe to the channel yet? If not, take a second, hit subscribe, and please don't forget to like and share. Have you ever been discouraged? I think we all have at one point in our lives. That feeling of you wanting to give up because things just don't seem to be working out. Whether it's in your job, perhaps you're not getting the advancements you've been wanting or the raise you're hoping for, and you just start to get really down. Things aren't going the way you want it to. Or perhaps it could be in not achieving your goals. Or maybe you're being discouraged by your family. You're trying so hard to do certain things, and they don't seem to care. They don't recognize your efforts. And you just get tired of it. You get really down on yourself and on the people around you, to the point where you just say, screw it all, forget it, I don't want to do it. Discouragement is something that is normal when you're faced with things that don't go your way. But you have a choice, and it's important to keep an open mind to ensure that we don't get caught in that discouragement, because it's very easy to go into a downward spiral. So with work, if you get discouraged, you may start to notice that the work you're putting forward at your job is not your number one level. And of course, you're not going to get the advancement that way. You may end up getting so fed up that you quit your job. And let me tell you, it's not easy to find a job. Right now out there, I have put out almost 75 applications for jobs and nothing. It's frustrating, but it's the times that we're living right now with COVID-19. So many people were laid off. Companies are not in a financial position to be hiring. And we keep trying. When you think about it, 75 jobs that I put out applications for. And out of those 75 jobs, thousands of people are applying for those same jobs. So I have to put it into perspective. And that's what's important with our discouragement. Let's put it in perspective. So I know that right now it's tough to get a job. I tried to revamp my resume. I continue to try. And I'm always making adjustments along the way to make sure it's not something that I'm doing, but it's just the situation. At work, if you're not getting that investment, look at the situation. Is it because of something you're doing, or is it just that there's somebody that's more qualified for the job? Don't let your discouragement blind you, pardon the pun, but to what the reality is. With the family and friends, sometimes you can do anything that you think possible to help them and show, what good stuff you're doing, and they might not recognize it because they see it as something that's not as important to them. If you get so discouraged, you may cut them off or cut them out of your life. And look at the big picture. Is that really what you want to do? Perhaps it's having a conversation with that family member or friend and saying, I'd really like some feedback on this or whatever it might be that will make you feel not as discouraged. But I also want you to ask yourself, are you feeling discouraged based on somebody else or based on yourself? Sometimes we find ourselves being so discouraged about a certain situation, and really we have to look at ourselves in the mirror for that reason. Maybe we're being discouraged because you're not doing all that you can do to overcome that situation. Sure, it helps to have a cheerleader in your side corner cheering you on, whether it's your spouse, your partner, or a friend that always encourages you to keep trying, keep going. And when they get negative and have negative things to say, it is frustrating and it is discouraging. So you do have that feeling of wanting to give up. But the only person you're going to cheat in the long run is yourself. So once again, it's amazing when you have control of a situation. So you may not have control over getting that advancement or getting that job, but you do have control over what you do about it. So continue to apply, continue on growing your strengths and abilities to get that advancement, and continue trying different things with your friends and family. Or consider making changes. Maybe it is time to change with the family and not do so much so you don't feel so appreciated. Discouragement is a normal way, a normal emotion that many of us feel. And during these times of COVID, we all felt a sense of discouragement, being stuck at home, having to go through the change, having to have everything in our world change. It can be discouraging, not seeing a light at the end of the tunnel, not seeing the old normal come. So maybe it's time that we shift our mindset and just adjust to the new normal. What do you think? Are you discouraged of something specific in your life right now? Have you taken a look at what that is caused by? Is it somebody or something, or is it something you're not doing? Put things in perspective when you're looking at feeling discouraged. If there's somebody that's causing the discouragement other than yourself, have a conversation with them. If it happens to be you, give yourself a good kick in the butt and get off it, and let's do it. I'd love to hear about your situations where you're feeling discouraged, because sometimes talking about it helps us motivate one another and overcome that feeling of discouragement. Let's have a chat in the conversation in the chat below. Share, and let's help inspire one another to motivate and move forward. Until next time, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like and share, and I'll catch you next time. See ya!